Blah.
Interesting story. I didn't know that such a story was hiding in this town. Hiding. I said honestly surprised, even if it's a lie. It managed to hold my interest. It was an interesting story, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, there's something more. Alfred said at the same time he scrolls to the comments. We read what is written there. A couple of comments call our attention. Both of them talk about some creature. At that time, they felt a horrible fear for what could happen to them. Well, the two comments share great similarities, but they could have been written by the same person. There are many others that deny it. Looks like many people went to the forest because of the legend, but couldn't find anything. ...
I thought that you only read these things to look more cool before the girls, or should say guys.
Replied Mamini as a joke. Alfred giggles with a little shame. Who? I'm going to call Alfred misconduct because it's got to be another girl, okay? You just got input into this game without knowing it.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you sound like this. Partly, yes. He admitted it. That was a secret everybody silently knew.
Well, well. Now we have an activity for tonight.
Get off my desk. Now.
That's not the activity.
Steven said at the same time. He makes a face overflowing with enthusiasm. What? I asked, completely lost. I thought we were just killing time.
Simple. Let's go to that forest.
Amini replied without hesitation. He seemed really fascinated by the story. Are you insane? Said Misconduct, unable to believe what she just heard. You only needed to look at her face to know she did not like the idea. Despite everything you've heard, you want to go?
Of course. It's a test of encouragement among us three.
Replied Mamini full of confidence. Perhaps too much. He should relax a bit.
Don't tell me you're afraid.
No, why should I be afraid? Answered Misconduct at the same time she folds her arms, making a false gesture of security. It's more than obvious that you're afraid, Misconduct. Almost as much as when you have to talk with a guy.
And what about you, Mayo? Don't tell me you won't come.
Suddenly, Mamini asked me, at the same time looking at me mockingly.
Don't tell me you want to be the chicken of the group.
I hate that tone of voice she used. I will never give you that, I said without thinking, showing a confident smile and look.
Well, let's not say any more. Take your coats, backpacks, flashlight, and some food. We're going to the forest.
Steven said full of energy. Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! All at the same time. Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! We three said in unison as if we were going to have some kind of private party. Not knowing what we were doing or what we were going to find. 2:13. I wait completely confused, not knowing how much time had passed. My head hurts like hell, but I can't blame it. Fortunately, the pain goes away quickly, just as my confusion. Soon I come back to my senses. My flashlight is laying on the ground, shining towards the empty air. I immediately pick it up. It was my only protection against the darkness that surrounds me. Then I remembered that Mamini and Misconduct were with me. Steven! Damn it. Mamini! Misconduct! Can you hear me? Without thinking, I screamed their names in the dark while trying to find them with my flashlight. But there is no trace of them. They are gone. Where the hell are they? And what the heck just happened? I really don't understand anything. Shit, we should have stayed at home. This is not a proof of courage. We could be in danger. I have to find them.
Dun, dun, dun.
2:19. Little time has passed since I started to look for my friends, and I already can't stand this place. I'm going crazy in this forest. The darkness that covers it is unnatural. It is a darkness that steals your own sanity, replacing it with anxiety. He has a lot of anxiety problems. To make it worse, the air is damp and cold as in winter, carrying a strong rot smell. It's the witches. As if there was corpses of animals hidden throughout the forest. The atmosphere in this place is oppressive. With every step you take, it makes you more uncomfortable. My cats are fighting. You might hear it. As I started to look for my friends, I felt that something was watching me, but there is nothing. I sigh with my voice full of frustration. I just want to get out of here. I continue walking devoid of any hope. No matter where I look or how much I walk, I find nothing. I can't even hear the sounds of animals. Rather, it seems they're already dead and rotting.
Yeah.
No, I have to calm myself, I said to myself. I stopped for a moment to rest. I breathed deeply. I breathe in deeply.
Kind of, yeah.
But the rotten air of this place does me no good. Immediately, I start to cough as if something has stuck in my throat. I'm gonna cough for real if I try this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
You already did it, though.
True. Shit! What am I going to do? This cursed forest seems endless. Even if by miracle I could escape, I cannot abandon misconduct in Amini. I almost forgot your name.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm really screwed up.
Yes, you are.
Perfect that slide. That was too good. Again, I sigh, feeling on the verge of tears. My frustration is building up, but I have to do my best to keep calm. If I fall into despair, then there is no doubt I will be joined in the list of missing persons. In the end, I decided to keep walking. Step by step, I should get somewhere. At least I was convinced that staying in the same place would not do me any good. Even if it was only to deceive myself feeling that I am doing something, I wanted to continue walking. Time passes without any changes. Only the sound of my footsteps can be heard. Knowing that as soon as you stop, you will be surrounded by a dead silence is a good incentive to keep walking. But my legs were already hurting. Suddenly, I can hear a crack at my feet. Instantly, I take a step back and look below. Below?
Below. It should say below, but they added an extra L.
Or maybe it's just a word we don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not good with vocabulary, I'm sorry. To see what made that sound. What is this? I'm sorry. What is this? I whispered to myself, surprised, discovering that I had stepped on an animal bone. Ew!
Yeah.
I believe that is from an animal, although I do not rule out the possibility that it belongs to a person. But for my own good, I prefer not to think about that. An expression of anguish is drawn on my face. It is best to ignore it. I have to keep walking. Suddenly, my flashlight reveals something. Without hesitation, I point towards there again. ... It's a kitty! Only to realize with surprise that it is the white cat. The one from before, which made that awful meow. But this time, I find it lying on the ground. It appears to be fainted and is wounded. Oh, kitty! Then what should I do? What should we do, Mamini? Ignore the cat or pick her up? As a cat
It was
owner,
angry at us.
As a cat owner, I want to pick her up, though. Look at her, she's so adorable. Imagine if I had little black spots, it would be my Mr. Spotty.
Fine, pick it up.
It is best to continue without waking her. Oh. You're right, okay. I'm a cat person, I can't help it. I'm sorry. The cat is dangerous. It's her fault that I ended up in this place and my friends are missing. But even knowing that, for some strange reason, I can't help but feel sorry for her. Even if it's unnatural, it is still an animal. I then bend down to see her closer. She is unconscious, and there's a thin line of blood coming from her mouth.
Oh god.
I'm a real idiot, I said to myself at the same time I cleaned the blood from her mouth with a handkerchief that I had with me. Fortunately, she doesn't wake up. What if it's not her blood? What if it's the blood of something she bit?
It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault.
I then closed her mouth, making her appearance a little better. Now she seems to be peacefully sleeping. Oh, we're such good girls. After a long sigh, I decided to pick her up carefully. I don't know what the powers of this cat are, but if she brought me here, maybe she can return me to my row. See, I have some insight. Yeah. With her in my arms, I decided that the best thing I can do is continue walking. 2:31 a.m. Again, I find myself in the dark forest walking aimlessly, only moving forward, but it didn't seem like I was getting somewhere. In my arms, I carry the cat, which sleeps soundly. Voice.
Come here, you'll be safe.
I suddenly stop. It was probably easy to see the disbelief on my face at that moment. It's that voice again, I whispered to myself with no one listening to me. Shortly after I found the cat, a mysterious voice appeared in my mind. It's a female voice, soft and gentle, as if it belonged to a princess from a fairy tale, but I can't trust it. Am I really going crazy? Or is this a force that doesn't make any sense? Or is it this force that doesn't make any sense? I don't know, but I don't like any of the two options. I then feel the cat move in my arms. I look down at her confused, just to see how she opens her red eyes suddenly. God. I become quiet that instant. For a moment, the two stayed motionless, staring into the eyes of the other. The red eyes of the cat are disturbing to me, but also there is something fascinating about them. Something that attracts me. I lose myself in her eyes as if hypnotized. Until suddenly, she jumps with the intention of scratching my face. My reflex is pushing her at the same time I jump back, turning my head to dodge her claws. I manage to dodge her attack, but in the process I drop my flashlight. I panic and act clumsily. The flashlight falls near me, lighting up a tree in the vicinity. As soon as it left my hands, I remember how dense this abnormal darkness is. I quickly pick it up, not even thinking before taking action. Oh, is there something creepy on top out?
I feel like it's gonna do it.
I then light the place where the cat was. Do the cat noise. Only discover she had arched her body angrily, as if she feared an attack from me. Those red eyes stare at me, shining with the light of the flashlight as if they were jewels, reflecting a fearsome hatred and rejection towards me. My body freezes after seeing them. I can't even think. The cat then lets out a thunderous meow, similar to the one before, but weaker. Although not any less frightening, there is no doubt there is something wrong with that animal. It must be cursed. Everything is her fault. She must be some kind of evil spirit, a pet of the witches. I feel how panic seizes me. My heart beats quickly, begging me to do something. My mouth is dry and my forehead covered with cold sweat. What should I do? Escape or confront the